Hey, beach lover. Tonight, you're drifting into a story where science whispers softly. Symbolism grows gently beneath the surface, and seashells reveal how every one of us grows into the shape we are meant to become. Settle in. Let your breath slow. Let your body melt into comfort. And imagine you are standing at the edge of a quiet Florida shore. The sun is low on the horizon, a warm, peach-colored glow stretching across Sanibel Island's sandbars. You take a slow breath in, inhale, and exhale. You listen as the waves glide in and out like a calm, steady heartbeat. The tide is falling, leaving behind a wide stretch of sand shimmering with shells. This is a beach of beginnings, a place where stories sleep beneath each curve of a shell. You walk slowly, your steps soft, as the shells begin to reveal themselves. The first shell, the spiral of becoming. You stoop and pick up a small, cream-colored spiral shell. The surface feels smooth, almost warm from the rising sun. This is where the story begins. Science tells you that the mollusk inside once built the shell through biomineralization, pulling calcium carbonate from the sea, secreting a soft liquid that hardened into form. But tonight, you sense something deeper. A shell begins with a single point, a tiny cradle of life called a protoconch. A beginning so small, yet filled with infinite potential. Inside this little shell, you feel the essence of your own beginnings, a center within you, from which you have spiraled outward through every chapter of your life. You breathe slowly. Inhale, exhale. You place the shell back on the sand and continue walking. The chambered nautilus, the sacred spiral. Ahead, something catches your eye, a fragment glowing softly in the morning light. You lift it gently. It's a piece of a chambered nautilus shell. Rare, ancient, an animal that has lived on Earth for over 500 million years. Even broken, its spiral pattern is unmistakable, a perfect logarithmic curve. Science marvels at this precision. Mathematicians called it the golden spiral. But spiritually, this spiral is a mirror of the cosmos, galaxies, hurricanes, unfurled ferns. You trace one curve with your thumb slowly, feeling how each chamber grows slightly larger than the last. The nautilus explains only when ready, never rushing, never forcing, just growing in perfect harmony with its inner rhythm. Perhaps you feel that truth within yourself, that your growth, too, happens in chambers, moments of expansion, moments of rest, each one sacred. The colors we carry. You walk farther along the beach and reach a glistening pile of shells washed up by the overnight tide. You lift a shell with glowing amber stripes, another marbled with deep purples, another with soft rose tones. Science explains that pigments form from diet, minerals, algae, iron compounds, each color a record of where the mollusk lived and what it survived. These colors feel like your memories, experience that colored your growth layer by layer. Each shade a moment, each line a choice, each spot a story. Breathe deeply, imagining those colors swirling gently through you as warm, peaceful light. The lightning whelk, the shell that spirals backward. As you wander, you spot something striking. A lightning whelk, long and elegant, its spire rising like a curled tower. This shell is unique. It spirals left, not right. One of the few species in the world that does. Scientists call this phenomenon sinistral. But spiritually, this shell reminds you that sometimes the path of your life curves in a direction others don't expect. Sometimes your spiral is different, sacred, purposeful, your own. You turn the shell slowly in your hands, admiring how its reverse curve feels both familiar and mysterious. It whispers, "Trust your direction. Even if the world spirals right, you may be meant to spiral left." You place it gently back down, and the waves lap quietly at your feet. Breathing with the tide. You stop walking for a moment and stand still. The ocean moves in and out like a soft lullaby. Let your breath match it. Inhale with the rising wave. Exhale with the falling wave. Slow, deep, steady. You feel your body sink deeper into calm. The Junonia, the shell of good fortune. A glimmer in the distance pulls you forward again. Your heart lifts because you know that color, that pattern. Dark brown spots floating on creamy white. Could it be? You reach down and lift the shell. A Junonia, one of the rarest shells found in Florida waters. Beachcombers dream of finding one, and some never do. This one is small but perfect. Its surface is smooth as if polished by the hands of time. Science tells you the Junonia lives far offshore in deep water and only reaches the beach when tides, storms, and currents all align. Symbolically, this shell reminds you that some blessings arrive only when circumstances come together in their own divine timing. You cannot chase them. You cannot force them. You simply stay open. Open to the moment when they wash ashore. You smile, holding the Junonia to your heart before placing it gently back for another wanderer to find. The cowrie, the shell of ancient wisdom. Farther down the shoreline, you notice a small, glossy shape half buried in the sand. You brush it clean with your fingers. A cowrie. Smooth, rounded, shining like porcelain. Used for centuries as currency and as a symbol of femininity, abundance, and spiritual protection in cultures across Africa, Asia, and the Pacific. The cowrie shells form in a secretive way. The mollusk coats the outside with enamel-like layers, polishing itself from within. Its shape is a reminder that true value is not given by the world. It is created from the inside out. You roll the cowrie gently in your hand. It feels like a warm pebble of ancient wisdom. Inhale. Feel that wisdom rise within you. Exhale. Let it settle gently. The sundial shell, time in spirals. You walk farther and the beach begins to shift, becoming wider, quieter. The shells more scattered now. And suddenly you see a shell so symmetrical it looks unreal. A sundial shell. Rare on Florida beaches, more common in the Indo-Pacific, but here today, carried by chance. Its spiral is wide, flat, perfectly patterned, a natural mandala. Scientists note its nearly flawless geometry, but you feel its meaning. The spiral is a symbol of time, not the ticking humankind, but the soft, circular, oceanic time where everything repeats until it is learned, released, or transformed. You breathe with it. Inhale, turning inward. Exhale, opening outward. Time is a spiral, and you are moving beautifully along it. The cone shell, the shell of precision. A few steps later, you spot a slender shape with intricate zigzag patterns, a cone shell. Their geometry is astonishing, a perfect mathematical taper like a soft equation carved by the sea. Though the living cone snail is venomous, the empty shell is peaceful, a reminder that beauty and danger sometimes share the same origin, but express themselves differently. Symbolically, the cone shell teaches you the importance of precision, the quiet strength of clear boundaries. Each line, each angle, carefully chosen by nature. You hold it gently, feeling its sharp point and smooth sides, and imagine the elegant discipline of creating your own shape with intention. The abalone, the shell of inner light. As you wander farther, the Florida shoreline shifts into a dreamscape, a place where shells from all over the world may appear beside your feet. You notice a shimmer, blue, green, violet swirls like a piece of ocean rainbow. An abalone shell. Abalone doesn't live in these warm waters, but this is a mystical beach, and tonight it has come to you. Inside the shell glows with mother of pearl, formed by microscopic layers stacked in precise, shimmering alignment. Science calls this iridescence, structural coloration. Spiritually, this is inner light, surfacing through layers of experience. You gaze into the swirling colors, feeling your breath slow even more. Inhale, imagine light filling you. Exhale, let it expand gently outward. You continue walking, letting the shells teach you softly. You remember something important. A shell grows only at its outer edge. The past spiral cannot be changed. The mollusk builds forward, always forward, adding new material right at the margin of its life, just like you. You cannot rebuild your old spirals, but you can strengthen your foundation and shape your next edge with intention, gentleness, and grace. At last, you sit on a warm patch of sand, surrounded by the shells you met in this life and in the dreaming world. You close your eyes and imagine becoming the shell, becoming the softness inside, protected, growing, listening, becoming the spiral, elegant, infinite, expanding, becoming the colors, each hue a memory transformed into beauty, becoming the wisdom, carried through waves, storms, and tides, becoming the shape that life is gently forming in you, even now. You breathe deeply, Inhale, expand. Exhale, soften. You feel yourself aligning with nature's quiet truth. You are always becoming, always unfolding, always growing toward your next beautiful curve. The waves soften. The sky deepens. Twilight begins to settle over the beach. One last time, you look at the shells around you. The spirals, the curves, the colors, the wisdom. They glisten like stars fallen onto sand, each one shaped by its life, each one shaped by the sea, each one shaped by time, mystery, and intention, just like you. You breathe slowly. Warmth fills your body. Your thoughts drift like gentle tides. You are safe, held, protected, growing in your own perfect rhythm. Thank you for walking this spiral path tonight, for learning how shells find their shape and how you are finding yours. May you rest deeply tonight and carry the calm of the beach with you. The beach is speaking. Are you listening?